morning, guys. How are you? I am tired. I am headed to Memphis this week for work, and I thought I would just show you what like a typical travel day looks like for me, especially when I have to get up super early in the morning. It is now 5 a.m. and I am at the airport. My flight is at 6:10 and it takes me about 3 minutes to get through security at my super tiny airport. So I did stop on the way up here to grab some food. Normally when I wake up this early, I am not hungry at all, but for some reason I felt like I was starving. So I stopped at Quick Start and got a breakfast burrito, and for some reason the coffee I made at home this morning was like gross and super weak. So I got a sugar-free Red Bull, and now I remember why I don't drink Red Bull, because I immediately drank this and had a flashback to college when we used to drink vodka Red Bulls, and I just can't do it. Like, I just like took a sip of it and I'm like, no. Adam drinks the sugar-free Red Bull all the time. I'm gonna have to ask him, like, how do you do that? I just don't like the flavor of it. Let me get my stuff. Let's go into the airport and get on this tiny plane. If you're asking yourself why I did not get something to eat at the airport, it's because there's like literally not much to eat here at all. In fact, the last time I got a bagel and cream cheese here, they just gave it to me cold, like a cold bagel, not sliced, with cream cheese. So that's why a gas station breakfast burrito was better than eating here. So while I was waiting for my flight to board, I went ahead and logged on to my Netflix account to make sure that I had something downloaded to watch today. I also have YouTube Premium, so I can also download videos on YouTube as well, but that's typically what I do, either that or listen to an audiobook or a podcast. So finally, when I landed in Chicago, it was light outside, yay. Sometimes I feel like O'Hare is like my home away from home when I'm traveling, because the airport that I live close to in Moline is very small, and so very rarely do I get a direct flight anywhere. Normally I either have to connect through either O'Hare or sometimes through Dallas or Denver or Atlanta, depending on where I'm going. So while I was at O'Hare, I think I had less than, I don't know, maybe like less than a 2-hour layover, but I did grab some breakfast and get some work done. But my gate was like in this obscure area of the airport. I think it was like an L gate, which was weird. I've never flown out of there before, but I did get upgraded to first class on the flight from Chicago to Memphis. So that was really nice. Once you fly so often, you end up getting a ton of points, and I normally try to keep all of my points with one airline so that I can get status upgrades if possible. So this was on the flight from O'Hare to Memphis, which I think was about 2 hours, so it wasn't a bad flight. When I got to the airport in Memphis, it was too early to be able to check into my hotel yet, so I did hang out in the airport for a couple hours. If you've never been at the Memphis airport, it's actually very nice. It's just recently been redone. I got some lunch and did some work, and then I went ahead and got an Uber to my hotel. So not totally wasted. I did get a few things done there. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was so freaking tired. So my flight got in around like 11:30, I think, and I knew I wouldn't be able to check into my room like that early. So I just stayed at the airport for a couple hours, got some work done, got like a huge chicken Cobb salad, which was delicious, and came over here to my hotel. I think it was around 3. It was probably like 3:30 by the time I got to my room. I freaking passed out sleeping. Like Connor texted me or tried to call me at like, it was right around 3:30, and all of a sudden I woke up and it was like 7:15. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But that's what happens when you get like less than 4 hours of sleep, right? So it is now almost 9. I've kind of just been hanging out in my room. I went downstairs and grabbed a Diet Pepsi and a water. I'm actually not hungry. Like, I was thinking about I was like, what should I order for dinner? But I'm actually not hungry, and I'm not gonna waste money on Uber Eats because it's so expensive with all the fees if I am not that hungry. So I had a bag of pop chips that I got at the airport. So if I get hungry, I'm just gonna eat a few of those, and then I have some protein bars that I brought with me as well. So that'll be fine if I get a little bit hungry, and then I can go down and get breakfast in the morning. But man alive, yeah, I could not like fall asleep last night, and I think that happens to me a lot. Let me know if this happens to you guys too, but it's almost worse like when you like, okay, so like last night I think I went to bed around 11 or something like that, and I knew I had to get up at 3:45, and so I'm just laying there the whole time thinking, I gotta get up in 4 hours, I gotta get up in 4 hours, I gotta get up in 4 hours. It's like, this is not helping you. Stop thinking about that and just go to sleep. And you can't really take anything because you're not gonna sleep long enough to have the sleeping meds wear off, and then you're just gonna wake up with a sleeping pill hangover. So it's like, oh God. But at least I was able to get some sleep in today. So if you think traveling is glamorous, think again. So my coworkers texted me, and they're gonna pick me up in the morning at 7. It's pretty early, so I need to actually log on to my computer and look at my presentation that I have for tomorrow and just make sure everything's okay, there's no typos, go over it. It's something I present a lot, so it's nothing I really have to like rehearse or anything like that. It's just making sure that everything's a-okay. All right, I think I'm gonna call the kids and Adam probably before I fall asleep again. Okay, so let's take our meds. Reminder, if you haven't taken your meds yet today and you need to, take them. Pause this video right now and take them. This room is actually really nice. I was not sure how it was gonna be. And actually, when I first booked my room for this trip, I was going to stay at the Moxie. Have you guys ever stayed in one of those before? So Adam and I stayed in a Moxie in Denver a long time ago, and they're like super hip hotels. Like, the rooms are super small and they don't have like a desk in them. There's no closet. Like, they just have like hooks on the wall for you to like hang your stuff. Instead of like a computer desk, they basically have like this little round table with like a stool. It's like the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen. And so like last week I got to look at the pictures of the room, and I was like, I bet there's not even a fridge in the room. And so I called the hotel and I was like, hey, do you guys have refrigerators in your rooms? Because I like to get like soda and water and like keep it in my room and stuff. No, they don't. You can request one when you check in, but you're not guaranteed to get one. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna stay there. So I canceled that reservation and stayed at this, which is the Spring Hill Suites, which sometimes you stay in these and they like haven't been updated for a long time and they're kind of like, yuck. But this one is actually pretty nice. There's like a separate living area over here, and then they've got like a little, I guess it's not really a kitchenette, it's just like a microwave and a fridge. But that's actually, that looks like a huge pull-out bed. We could have used this when we were in Kansas City last weekend with the kids. They would have liked to have that huge pull-out bed instead of the small one they slept on. But I unpacked my stuff for the most part. They've even got a dresser over here, which I thought was nice, but hung up my clothes. There's actually a bridge out here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all lit up pretty. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed soon because, you know, I need more sleep, obviously. But yeah, thanks for coming along with me today, you guys, and thanks for hanging around for another video, and I will see you next time. Bye.